I'm sure many of you can relate to this feeling. You used to love making art, but for some reason life got in the way and you stopped creating. Maybe it was school, work, or personal issues. But whatever the reason, the result is the same. A blank canvas and a whole of anxiety. It's normal to feel this way, and it's totally okay to take a break from something that was once a big part of your life. Getting back into art after a long break can be a daunting task. One of the biggest fears I think artists face is self-doubt. You might be wondering if you still have the skills, if you still have the passion, and if you still have the creativity. What if people see my new work and think it's terrible? What if I've forgotten everything I learned? These are all normal fears, but they can be paralyzing if you let them take over. Another major challenge is perfectionism. When you are not creating regularly, you start to think that every piece you make has to be a masterpiece. You put so much pressure on yourself to produce something amazing that you end up not creating at all. We might be so focused on creating something perfect that we forget the joy of creating in the first place. Also, you are stuck in the circle of fear and anxiety, and it's hard to break free. Perfectionism can also lead to procrastination. We might put off starting a new project because we are afraid it won't be good enough or because we are waiting for the perfect idea to strike. We might spend hours, even days, preparing and planning, but never actually start creating. This is a common trap and it's one that can be hard to escape. In addition to self-doubt and perfectionism, we might also face the challenge of comparison. We might look at other artists, compare our work to theirs, and feel like we don't measure up. We might feel like we are not talented or that our style isn't as unique. This can be a defeating feeling, and it can make us want to give up altogether. So, how do we overcome these challenges and ease back into creating? One practical tip is to set small goals for yourself. Instead of trying to create a masterpiece, start with something small, like a simple drawing or a quick sketch. This can help you build momentum and confidence, and it can make the process feel less overwhelming. There are several practices and exercises to make this process more effective. This can be, for example, a time limit for drawing. Start with 25 minutes and gradually reduce the time to 5 minutes. This will help you not to go into details and gradually increase the pace of your drawing. Also, choosing one color will give you the opportunity to focus on the drawing without being distracted by choosing a color palette. When you already pass the stage of resistance to drawing, you can complicate your task. Establish a dedicated time for drawing in your schedule. Consistency helps build a habit, making it easier to integrate drawing back into your daily life. Even short sessions can be effective if done regularly. Another tip is to experiment with different mediums and techniques. Try something new like painting or printmaking or revisit an old favorite. Sometimes a very obvious way of drawing turns out to be super inspiring and decisive. Perhaps you will want to develop another creative direction and find yourself in it. Trying different drawing techniques can be very exciting. It can also help you find inspiration, which is essential for getting back into the creative flow. Finding inspiration is crucial for many people when getting back to art. Look around you, take notice of the little things, and let them spark your creativity. Read books, watch movies, explore new places, and talk to people. Inspiration is all around us. We just need to be open to it. What about my experience? After burnout, long commercial projects, I often feel tired and take a break from drawing. But then I regain my strength and start small, devoting about 10 minutes a day to drawing. In general, I'm a big fan of sketches, so this method is ideal for me. And yes, at first sketches can be terrible. I have a feeling that I forgot how to draw. As a rule, such sketches most often remain in the memory of the iPad or on the pages of the sketchbook. Now I reflect more on my fears, and I can say for sure that if you run social networks as an illustrator, then you should definitely share your unsuccessful sketches and drawings. This will inspire someone to start drawing. All creative people, even the coolest artists, have gone through or are going through a period when it's difficult to catch a creative wave. I recently shared such an ugly illustration on my Instagram, and I will share more if I have next time. I see this as a journey. It consists not only of wins, but also walls and recovery. Don't be too hard on yourself if your initial drawings don't meet your expectations. I also really like watching the process of drawing other illustrators, learning from posts, videos, podcasts, their thoughts about creativity, art development, about their creative path. This really motivates me to return to drawing and start over. In general, when I see what works artists create, it's impossible to resist and not start drawing. But when we're inspired by other artists, it's important not to start comparing ourselves to them. All comparison should be only with yourself. How you started your journey and at what point you are now. I think that each of us has done a lot of work. Another way that works for me is not to invent something new, but to take part in the challenge and draw this in your style. It doesn't require much effort to find references, invent a character and environment. Everything is already there. You just need to draw. In getting back into art, it's normal to take breaks, it's normal to face challenges, but it's also normal to feel the joy and the fulfillment that comes with creating. So remember that it's okay to take your time to experiment and to make mistakes. It's okay to not to be perfect and it's okay to not to know where you're going. The most important thing is that you're creating and that you are having fun. Thanks for watching and I hope you found this video helpful. If you are struggling to get back into art, share your story in the comments below. And if you want more tips on creativity and overcoming self-doubt, subscribe to my channel. There will be more videos on this topic. Happy creating!